What's up, YouTube? I am heading to Ponce City Market. It's a pretty busy drive. It's 5:28 right now, and Ponce is really busy right now. And I don't know, I'm just very curious how FSD is going to react in a really high traffic environment when there's not much speed involved, but there's just a lot of traffic. Let's see how well it does. Yeah, pedestrians especially. Ponce City Market is kind of a food hall. It's really cool actually. It's a converted city hall building that was turned into one of Atlanta's first food halls. It's pretty nice. Okay, it needs to stop. Okay, I applied some brake pressure there just out of an abundance of caution. I'm gonna wait on it. I know you guys can't see the left side, but it's incredibly busy. I believe. Okay, thankfully all we need to do is turn right, but it is incredibly busy. Okay, should be good now. It can go. It's going. Not bad. Nice and smooth. Much smoother. Okay, right there was interesting. It wanted to get over briefly. Curious if it still wants to. It's not on the planner. Okay, we got some phantom braking there. Not sure what it was. There's a lot of hills on this route as well. I'm curious to see how it does with hills. So it does need to be cautious. Like if anywhere where it phantom brakes, I feel like it should sort of brake when it doesn't have any visibility over the other side of the hill. So I'm sure you can see this on the video. There's absolutely zero visibility on the other side. And so, you know, we as humans kind of expect there to be no traffic, but I don't know. It's a good reason to drive 45 on this road. Thankfully, it's pretty clear. One thing that someone's pointed out to me before in his driving experience is he always tries to maintain the speed limit going up and down hills, which means pressing the accelerator on the way up and pressing the brake on the way down. It's amusing because, you know, most people coast, so they slow down on the way up and speed up on the way down. And one thing I've always found amusing and enjoyed about autopilot is it maintains that speed, so it will mimic that behavior of braking on the way down and accelerating on the way up. All right, needs to slow down. Still a little uncomfortable. A lot uncomfortable for me. I don't know how other people drive. I'm not at all trying to brag. I'm just sort of a nerd with the one pedal driving, trying to be as efficient and smooth as possible, especially after the safety score.
I feel like if it had been a human, I would be like, I wouldn't have noticed.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's a robot and I don't have control over it as a passenger because I'm not the driver, it felt abrupt.
That was interesting. Someone just like pulled out in front of someone at a stop sign, and we saw honking. The car kind of took its turn, and I had to disengage at the last second because I obviously didn't know when it was going to brake. So you're saying that you wouldn't have noticed that it's jumpy if it was a person?
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. I feel like, one, I always really appreciate your passenger perspective. I appreciate your perspective in general, but as a passenger especially. And I would expect, at least from my experience in the driver's seat, that it's sort of really unsure of itself. And so to hear that it's at least somewhat normal is nice. Okay, we are in the correct lane. Blinker came on just when it needed to. Sometime soon, I am going to be using the accelerator a lot. Okay, not bad. It's kind of jerky from my side, but it wasn't bad. Let's see if it goes around this car. It does have license to, right? No, maybe not. Now it does. Are you gonna go around? Nope, it just waited on it. That's fine. That's sort of a decision between, so that I'm sure Chill had a role in. Whereas assertive, I've seen assertive go around cars like that with no blinker. So again, that's why I have chosen Chill. I want to make sure that this is as smooth of a ride as possible. I'm gonna bump it up 5 miles an hour just because this is a pretty easy road to drive. I would prefer it to be in the right lane. I like that it's sort of giving some space for the semis, though it did move into the other lane a bit. But I would prefer it to be in the right lane simply because this is the passing lane and we're not really, we're not passing anyone, we're not going excessively fast. It looks like it actually reset my speed from 45 to 40. So we'll bump that back up. Oh, because we went down to 35 miles an hour. Seems like we're matching the flow of traffic, so I'm not too concerned about speeding here. Let's see, we are approaching a right turn that I typically would be in the right lane for. I think it's possible to take the left, but I would prefer the right lane again. Okay, looks like we have a green. This is kind of an odd angle, so I'm curious how it takes it. That was really smooth. Except for the phantom braking. I wonder if that's related to follow distance. So I noticed in reviewing my own videos that sometimes it will brake really hard trying to maintain this sort of like follow distance in front of the lead car. It does it really abruptly, unfortunately, which is, you know, a mark against the comfort score here. But I don't know, I feel like it does have a purpose. So many people sort of treat phantom braking as phantom, and I do think that it has a reason. Okay, here is another example of I would prefer to go around. The person behind me is going around me, and the car is deciding to wait.
I wonder if
now it wants to get in the right, and then it decided against it. Go on.
I wonder if it was because we were too close to the, just what you were talking about. We were
too close to the
too
lead car?
close to the, yes.
Yeah, it did make the decision to stop that far from it, and I'm pretty sure that it stopped that far from it the first time on this drive. So it seems like if that is the case, it's something that Tesla could and should fix really good yellow light behavior there. I feel like it slowed down really smoothly as well. Let's see if we get to the line. Bravo, that's like really close. I would be a few inches further, but that's just because I'm a nerd. Okay, it looks like this guy's crossing. And then he decides against crossing. I'm not pushing the accelerator. I gotta say, I didn't see him. Did you see him from your perspective?
I did, but
okay.
Obviously I'm not driving. I was just looking around.
Yeah, the lights from the cars behind me are sort of blinding in the rearview mirror over here, so I guess my peripheral was kind of cut off from him. So I guess another mark towards FSD for having eyes all around the car. I saw a video earlier today, I'll link it with a card, of someone that was going to turn right, and someone was turning left to his right, like into a business, and so it cut off the planner path. And so even though it had even though it was clear on the left to pull out for a right turn, the path was blocked, and so it didn't. And I think that's just absolutely remarkable, because if you're a human driver, you're going to be looking to the left, and obviously you'll glance back to the right, but you're going to be looking left. And so when it's clear, your head naturally comes this way, and would be surprised by the car making its left and to the right of you. And so it's I don't know. This is why I'm so fascinated and appreciative of this technology, because I really do believe that once it is at least at I don't know, average driver level, it's going to be a better driver for all of us, because it just has more eyes. It doesn't have ears yet, which I think is interesting, that you could theoretically listen as well, especially for like pedestrians, maybe if they're talking as they're walking. But I don't know, the 8 cameras are doing a good job. I still think they need 10 with 2 on the nose, looking either direction for high speed cross traffic with maybe like a telescopic lens like it has in the middle up here. But the jury is not out on that one right now, and I will certainly change that opinion if Tesla can figure out how to figure out cross traffic without 2 cameras like that. Okay, that was decent yellow light behavior. However, I'm not sure it was taking into consideration this vehicle crossing my path.
I don't think it's reading blinkers. I know you mentioned that it's supposed to be reading blinkers, but I don't think it is.
I think it might be identifying them. It definitely doesn't visualize them. I'm trying to think back on the production build of Navigate on Autopilot. I don't think it does. I think it detects more the vehicle positioning and velocity than it does blinkers. Potentially because blinkers are false positive, and also because not everyone uses a blinker. But I agree. Yeah, I think it's probably not using them. That was interesting. I think this car just got pissed at me for not letting it in. But if we don't brake, the 10 people die. I'm pretty sure that everything is coded to honor the ego and make sure that we don't die, since we're the one driving. So the car doesn't suicide, in other words. Okay, I'm really worried about this car. Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up on North Avenue. I would be in the left lane. I think it's possible to stay in this lane and still make it.
You can take both directions on this lane. It's just that
right.
it's traffic is usually going to the right, and that's why there's a line.
Right. I think we are clear on this left side. I'm just gonna tell him. Have it go. I am giving it plenty of accelerator. I don't know why it wants to come back. We're gonna be taking a left here. Oh, it's a navigation bug. Yeah, I've been getting this the whole time that I've been navigating all these routes. So as you can see, we can go straight here and see if it maintains the lane. It doesn't. It wanted to get in the right lane over there. I guess it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I'll take this just because I don't want it to get over in the right lane again. I guess theoretically I may not need my blinker here. I've always used it just because it's kind of a turn. I think we can officially say we've arrived in Midtown. This is where the city of Atlanta kind of turns into a grid. We'll be passing Georgia Tech's campus pretty soon. It's on the left up here. I've seen some videos before on Twitter from Tyler Young. I'll link him in the description. He was an early beta tester in Atlanta, and his videos seem to have done really well. Okay, we're getting a little bit of some jerky behavior. I'm not sure what it is. This truck is pretty large, so I'm gripping the wheel harder than I usually do just to make sure we don't sort of jitter over that way. It looks like some cars are parked in the Georgia Tech crosswalk. Someone is waiting to cross, so I'm curious to see how it does. We are mapping crosswalks now. It is visualized correctly. Okay, so now it's blinking. So basically, no matter what happens up here, we need to stop for the crosswalk. I believe, yeah, so we'll see a red light, and we'll operate based on the red light. We are crossing, so I'm gonna snapshot that. I do believe it would have stopped for them, but the point is that we need to work for crosswalks. Okay, so now we can go. To my knowledge, that's the only crosswalk like that that I've ever seen, and definitely the one in Atlanta. And it's sort of specifically designed so that students at Georgia Tech can go from one side to the other, because both sides are part of the Georgia Tech campus. Okay, let's see. Whoa, none of that, please. Curious what happened there. Let's see if it takes that lane. It was a little late on that lane, so I didn't feel comfortable letting it handle that.
It would be interesting to see. Well, it's impossible, obviously, but like, if I could be in the car without, because I can hear every time you turn it on and off, so I obviously know when it's on and when it's not. But it would be interesting to see if I can actually recognize when it's the car driving itself, like if I can differentiate the car driving itself from you driving it. I mean, I'm sure I could, but like in some instances, but maybe not in others. So, because like again, there are things that it does that make me okay.
Yeah, like that.
Well, yeah, make me nervous because because it's not a human doing it. That would have freaked me out no matter who did it, but you know what I'm saying.
It needs to stay straight.
Please.
We're good. Okay, it does need to go over. We are clear. Okay, that was nice. I feel like that was a bit fast. It was a little fast for me to recognize what was happening, but we were clear. When I looked over, it was fine. Okay, we're doing it again. We are clear. I'm not sure why. We are turning left in 0.7 miles, and this lane is not only stopped, but that lane is not a left turn. Though I only know that because I've driven this way before. But you can see up here that it's straight. We'll see, maybe it's trying to get out of the passing lane like it hasn't done before. I don't know, the planner code is still a bit of a mystery for me. I really hope that in subsequent updates we see some improvements as well as have a bit more visibility into how it works. I was driving with my brother yesterday. We were talking about how it's interesting that Tesla is trying its best to not use map data when map data can be relied upon almost like almost 100% of the time. You know, a good 99.9, 99.5, I don't know, % of the time, whereas you know, vision is 100%. However, like the map data is, it's not like it's unreliable. It's just, it can change. So I feel like there needs to be some sort of algorithm that, you know, detects if what it sees matches the map, and if so, to, you know, to go ahead and do what it needs to do. Okay, that was really good unprotected left behavior, and not bad turning. Let's see if it turns into Ponce City Market. Okay, we do have a curb here. Okay, that's the first time that... Okay, that was too close for me, so I disengaged. And obviously the braking was a little crazy.
The side mirrors, did you see that?
Yeah, I guess it closed in like it needs to if it's too much. That's nice. Over here, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here, just because this is Ponce Market. You know what? I might continue it just to see what it does in here. The problem is okay. Use it. If only I had FSD. There's also a person here. I'll make sure that's stopper. I'm curious how it will perform in this parking garage. The only problem is that it can't, like, I can't really tell it what to do since we're already at the destination. Let's see what it does. I'm gonna keep it very, very low. Like, can it just take this simple turn? No. Alright, well, that will be another video, another day. Thanks for watching.